Hare Krishna. In our series of 12 Mahajan, we have been discussing about the life and the past deeds of all Mahajans. And it has been told categorically in Srimad Bhagavatam and all other Shastras that if we follow the footstep followed by Mahajan, then we can achieve the goal of life, which is Krishna Prem. In the first few episodes, I have covered Brahmaji, who is the first Mahajan, and then another three episodes we have been talking of Sri Devarshi Narad Muni. Devarshi Narad Muni is one of the greatest Mahajan. He is one of the greatest devotee of Lord Vishnu, and unfortunately, our Bollywood has portrayed him in very bad light. In past 2 3 episodes, I have talked about how he attained the knowledge, how he got knowledge from Brahmaji, how he actually created disciple, how he distributed the knowledge to his disciple, and many other past stories where he helped people to get liberated. We also discussed that Narad Muni was the spiritual master of great devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, etc. And Narad Muni was the reason that Bhagavatam was written, and even Ratnakar Dashu, who was the person who was living on killing, he had been converted to Valmiki, and Ramayana was written, and the source is again Narad Muni. So today, in today's episode, we will discuss what is the past life and what is the birth history and childhood of Narad Muni. And then we will also dwell on what are the type of life he has led and what are the special steps he has taken to obtain the mercy of Lord Vishnu or Sri Krishna. So let's start today's episode. Narad Muni's birth and his past life we came to know from him in the as he described to Srila Vyasdev in Srimad Bhagavatam. What he told in Srimad Bhagavatam that in past life he was a Gandharva whose name was Upo Brahma Gandharva, and he was one of the very expert in music, Bina and other instruments. He was very good in dance also. So what he told that one day in Indra's court, Gandharvas were performing and Narad Muni came there and he was asked to sing Hari Katha. So Narad Muni was doing Hari Kirtan. When he was doing Hari Kirtan, he was doing it so well that many people were mesmerized by his skill. So many of the audience requested him to do one more Kirtan. He was doing that. But the problem was when we do Hari Kirtan, we should think Hari in our mind, not the audience in our mind. The moment we think that our own fame, our own appreciation, these things become important, then we fall. So when Narad Muni, who was supposed to serve Hari by Hari Kirtan, instead of serving Hari, he started serving the audience. Then that Gandharva, Uparbamba Gandharva, did a sin and he fell from his position. So looking at that, Brahmaji became extremely annoyed and he cursed him that you go to the mortal world, that is material world, and take birth as son of a Dashi. Dashi means maid servant. So that way Narad Muni took birth as a Dashi Putra. As a Dashi Putra, he was actually getting not sufficient food, not sufficient clothing, and he was actually in distress. He used to take remnants of all the masters whom he used to serve. But because he was a very exalted devotee in the past life, what good mercy of the Lord happened to him, he got an opportunity to stay in a ashram along with his mother. And in the ashram, there were many sadhu, many saintly people who used to sing Srimad Bhagavatam. So Narad Muni used to listen to Srimad Bhagavatam from them and also eat the remnants of the food what they have left. Now, in that process, his mind and his tongue started getting purified. And at one point of time, he felt a need that he himself should know more about Srimad Bhagavatam and think of Lord Hari only. Meanwhile, as per his dialogue, by Lord's mercy, one day his mother, when he was working in paddy field, was bitten by a snake and she lost her life. So when she lost her life, Narad Muni actually became free. He did not repent on his mother's life. Later, he actually surrendered completely to Hari and he started doing very hard austerity so that he can see a glimpse of Sri Vishnu. After doing austerity for many years, once Sri Vishnu came into his mind. He could see him and he could see a glimpse of Sri Vishnu, but Sri Vishnu told him that you cannot see me fully because you need to do lot of tapa and lot of austerity to get me actually. So Sri Vishnu disappeared. So Narad Muni became so intensely interested to get his association, get part of Sri Vishnu. He kept on doing chanting Hari's name and that he did for many years. So after many years, and wherever he used to go into whole world, he used to sing Hari's Kirtan, and he used to sing with his bina. Now, in course of time, by mercy of Narayan, he also lost his life and he got the spiritual form. And when he got the spiritual form, his father was Brahma. Brahma created him from his mind. So that is why in Sanskrit it is told Narad Muni Brahma Ji ka Manas Putra. So he was created from his mind and he took birth as Narad Muni with all the spiritual body, and then his all pastimes and everything started. And in the new birth, as I told in the first video of Narad Muni, he asked question to Brahmaji whether Brahmaji is the supreme authority personality of Godhead, because it seems that he has created the entire world. But Brahmaji, being himself a Mahajan, he himself clarified that he is not the person who actually creates. The whole universe is part of Lord's body, and from Lord's body only universe is created, and it is by desire and mercy of Lord Vishnu the universe he is creating there. So that story I have told earlier, but the fascinating part of this is that Narad Muni, although he got an curse from Brahmaji to come as a Dashiputra, because of his association and the pray and japa to Hari's name, he could elevate himself to the spiritual Devarshi Narad Muni. So whenever we also face a setback in our life, instead of focusing on the setback, we should also take shelter of Hari's name and we can then get the desired destination. Narad Muni's life is full of events, and if we want to discuss his life and his deeds, it will be many episodes together. So what we will do in this episode, we have discussed about his birth and past life, and in the last episode, what we will do, we will discuss some key incidents, what he did with Krishna and his queens, particularly Satyavati and Rukmini Devi. And thereafter, we will end our Narad Muni topic here. And if there is any opportunity of discussing anything pertaining to Narad Muni, we will create a separate video. Because our objective of this series is talking about 12 Mahajanas, and thus far we have covered only 2 Mahajana, Brahmaji and Narad Muni. So as of now, I am ending the video here and we will again see you in the next video. Hare Krishna.